Hey everybody, Briggshill here. Hello, hello, hello. This is a video about a draw. About something that I thought we'd probably lose because of how it went down. I do pretty decent in this. I make some really bad mistakes, but I also make some really good positioning choices. So obviously the first thing to go down is the ELC AMX. Now this, I'm going to get into a position here that's not the best position, and I'll tell you why in a second. But with me here is the AC Mile 46. I call it the AC Mile. I don't know why, but I just call it Mile. Right, let me zoom out a little bit. Here we go. Now this tank here is in a pretty decent position. It's got its front armor facing, and it's pointing this way. It can engage the Black Prince. It can also engage the KV-5. My positioning isn't so great. Let me just get rid of that quickly. Because of this gradient here. This gradient stops me from shooting both that tank there and the Black Prince. The only thing I can see is if I zoom in quickly here. The only thing I can see really is when the KV-5 moves back, his turret goes through this kind of location and I get to shoot at him, but I don't do very much damage to him. Let's move this forward, shall we? So the Black Prince and the KV-5 are in a half decent positions. They are getting engaged by the AC Mile. They are losing bits and pieces. I unfortunately have not got any shots off. If I could have taken more shots off them this time, I probably would have done a lot better in general. And the situation at this kind of state of the game kind of would have changed the outcome really. Now I'm going to try and engage the turret, which is probably not the best, the front of the turret, because that's probably where the Black Prince's strongest area is. I can't get my counterpart in the SU-12244, and now I'm going to have to move back because I'm getting engaged. And I can't afford to set out in the open. Luckily there's no artillery, so, and I can't get my gun any lower than that, so I'm going to have to take a different position. Now let me stop it here. Right, so what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to shoot down here with as much cover as possible and be able to get them over this ridge here. Now, I could wait round the corner here and wait for him to come round. The likelihood of that is going to be low though because of the AMX there and the super Pershing that is going to come round here like that. So I've got to choose a position where I can actually help out. So I'm thinking of this position here. I sit maybe here, and I should be able to shoot down there quite well, or here, depending on the elevation. You'll see in a second what I actually choose to do. Now I move forward a bit because I'm thinking about trying to get a better position. I can't sit there because my gun doesn't. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's depreciation or something like that. But this is when I figure out that I could sit behind this little little bump here and get some fairly good kind of action. So I'm going to fast forward this a bit. The Tiger 2 is in a silly position there. He's side onto the enemy, which is never good. Right. So here we go. Let me zoom in. So My position now gives me a little bit more cover. This ridge here is giving me quite a little bit cover, so my profile is actually quite low. You've got the Black Prince who's got his front armor towards me this way, which is great for him because his front armor is awesome. The KV5 is moving along here. He's going to produce himself here, which means that I can hit him side on, which is also bad for him, good for me. The SU-12244 is somewhere here as well. The Super Pershing is also here. He's going to move in and he's going to kind of try and engage as much as possible. I'm going to try and help him out. So, let's have a go. So when I shoot, I'm going to move into this location so that he can't shoot me. I'm going to slightly maneuver, see if I can get a better angle so I don't actually have to keep moving like that. I find a very decent one in that. My shot on him misses. I changed to HE rounds because I cannot engage his front turret like that without trying to do a different amount of damage. I penetrate, but I don't do any damage, unfortunately. That sucks. So, while all this is going on, we are losing tanks. We've lost 3 more than them at the moment, which is unfortunate. I get a decent hit there on the KV5, allowing me to take off 157 damage. That is technically my first hit that's done some damage, which is it's unfortunate, really. I mean, I should have done a lot more damage in a lot more different areas. Forgive the squeaky chair. So this KV5 is going to hold now, and the Black Prince is going to move up onto the left. He's not going to do much though from there, because he'll produce himself to the T-28, which is on the hill, and to me. So I'm now waiting for this Super Persian to give me a spot so I can actually see what is down there. I can't see anything at the moment. He can't see anything either. There is an M6 down there as well, along with the KV5 and the Black Prince and the SU-12244. So there is tanks down there, we know that. The Super Pershing can't see them though, and he takes a risk here. He goes round the side. He can't wait for them to come round, so he does it. Unfortunately for him, he's chosen poorly and is about to get destroyed. He does a bit of damage to the SU-122. I get a very decent hit on his side. The Black Prince, his gun's not fantastic, unfortunately, because it bounced on me. It shouldn't really bounced. The M6 does a decent hit. The Black Prince then does. I'm using HE rounds, so. So I'm in a. Let me stop this now. Oh God, I'm in a horrible position. Okay, I'm now side onto them. I am now going to move in this direction here. Those 4 tanks are going to move along here and attack me. Basically, they're going to fuck me up. Let me just forward this forward a second and get rid of that stupid horrible thing. Okay, so my choice is here. Now, if I am going to move in this direction, I need to sit somewhere where when these tanks cross here, I'm going to be able to shoot them. So I'm going to sit probably in this location here. Because what I want to do is I want to have a bit of cover, but I want to be able to shoot down there. I want to be able to shoot up there. And just get as many shots off as possible before I die, because I am on very low health, 38th of 8,440, so I'm going to die pretty much one hit. Let's carry going. Let's carry on going. They know I'm down here, right? They know it, and they're going to move across here, and hopefully they're going to engage me side on, which is exactly what you want. So at this point I am on no kills. I've only got 3 hits, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes in some games. You get a shit draw. So let's see what happens, shall we? First mistake: never, when you know someone is round a corner, never just run out. You want to edge out and see if you can spot him, because obviously he didn't see where I was. He thought I would be somewhere else. If you knew someone is around that area, you'd never do that. You inch out. Because if you can inch out and you only produce kind of that portion of your body, then you'll only get tracked, or you'll only get bounced off, because there's not enough armor there for me to penetrate. Now the Black Prince is going to do basically exactly the same here, and I'm going to hit him in the ass, on the side. Sorry, he's done exactly the same. Rookie mistake. Now the M6 is a little different. He's got more HP, which means that I'm going to have to two hit him at least. Now I'm going to move back so the distance, gets a bit harder for him, but not so for me, because my gun still is accurate. So that's 2 kills. So now I've got to wait. I've literally got to wait for them to come round, because they will. They'll come round like idiots. Now, what happened there, if you guys didn't catch it, a tree fell over. Here. It fell down. Like that. And I noticed it, and I can explain what actually happens later on. But let me just give you a little insight here. The SU-100, which you can see the shadow on the map, is and has just moved and is moving down here. He's underneath the ridge, so I can't see him. The T-28 does not see him either, and it's unfortunate because of what happens later on. But let's carry on. So it's all quiet at the moment. We're losing. It looks like from this position, if you look at how many we've lost, how many tanks? 3, 6, 9, 8 tanks. They've lost. No, we've lost 10 tanks. They've lost 8. So we are losing. Not badly, not terribly, but we're losing. I'm going to try and even that up now. Stupid. Really stupid. Because he could have used the hill as cover. I can't believe it was that stupid. He's in the same tank as me. He should know that I'm going to one hit him with that much health left, especially when he's side on. He's obviously either forgot that I was there, or didn't even know that I was there, or whatever the mistake was. He made it. He's got to live with that. The SU-100, he knew what to do in that situation and went behind the hill. The M6 now knows where I am, and I'm almost certain that he knows exactly where I am, so he's going to try and engage me a little bit more subtly than the SU-12244 just did. So we've now evened it up. We are now only one. In fact, we're in the lead, and we're gonna be even more in the lead in a second when I take out the M6 when it comes around the corner. Now, let me just see if I can explain just what happened there, why I didn't spot it. With those tanks there and the hill, my area to actually spot the tank has lessened. I could only spot in that direction. That's how much of the tank I could have spot when it was going past. So what happened there was it took my people about a second or so to work out that he was there. The M6 then spotted me and moved backwards. Bad mistake. I get really lucky by him bouncing, and then the SU-100 flanks me like a motherfucker and takes me out. I'm not going to go over what actually happened in the rest. Let's just say that the time ran out. All 5 minutes was taken up, and it was quite an interesting and not enjoyable to watch, but it was quite boring, in fact, to watch. The T-28 and the Jag Panther 2, the Jag Panther, I call it a Jag Panther, but I know it's not pronounced like that. They both sit and watch as the Hellcat and the IS-2 move around the left side. They fail, the Hellcat and the IS-2, they both get destroyed by the AT-7. The T-29 then comes down and tries to engage the T-28 and the Jag Panther. I believe the T-29 dies, the AT-7 then just sits and waits out for the draw. That was the synopsis at the end. So, I want to just quickly recap of what's actually happened in this video and why you need to be vigilant on where you position your tank. If you position your tank in a position where you can't engage the enemy, but the enemy can engage you better, they have the advantage, then obviously you need to find yourself a better position. If you position yourself in the right position and allow the enemy to come to you, especially in the tank destroyer, you are going to reap the benefits. And I promise that if you put yourself in the right position, it doesn't matter how many enemy come around the corner. If you can engage them like I engaged them, I got 4 kills. There was 5 tanks. Luckily, I only had 38 health to do anything about it. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it hasn't been too long and boring, and see you next time.